Paris, God was where God always is, on the throne in heaven. And the reality of it is that God's ways are not our ways. And one of the things we try to ascribe to God is human characteristics. But God's ways are not our ways. What we're called in our faith is to trust that all things that happen for God's plan and for good, even though we can't explain them. This is a simplistic way to explain it to my children, but I tried to recently in the aftermath of some of these horrible things that are happening in the world. When my children were all very young, I would take them to the doctor to get their vaccines. And my 3-year-old, my 2-year-old, they didn't understand why Dad was allowing a doctor to stick a needle in their arm. And it was painful. And I imagine in their mind they were thinking, why are you allowing this pain to happen? Because I love my child and I didn't want them. I knew that what I was preventing was something much worse. Well, in the same way, God loves us even more than we would love our children. And God's wisdom about the future, about our lives, about his plan for us is great, so much greater than anything we could possibly imagine. And that's how I tried to explain it to my children. God has a plan for all of us and for the world. As a Christian, I believe that means that ultimately Jesus Christ will return and govern this world in perfect peace, but we're not at that moment yet. And between now and that moment, much will happen that we will not understand, and that's what the word faith means. We trust. We trust in what God decides to allow happen, because we know that in the end it's part of his plan, even if we don't understand it, even if we may not agree with it.
So what I'd like to do